So the go command has been given in chat. We should be seeing these racers off momentarily here. Both of them going ahead and getting underway. We'll be synced up in just a second here before even the Mario face is out. That's a little bit rare, actually.
Yeah, I have to say, like, for this race, even though Cheese is the clear favorite, I think Poke's done pretty well in this tournament to make it through to the bracket stage. He had to do well in his group as well, but even more than that, you know, he's shown a lot of consistency, a lot of high-level gameplay, and I think, like, for someone who I had never heard of really before, like, no matter what happens, I think he can be pretty satisfied with how he's done in this.
Exactly right. Just moving past the difficult group stage is an achievement in and of itself. And, you know, with how saturated SM64 leaderboards are, I mean, it is by and away the most popular speed game ever. There's definitely a lot of great players that we just simply haven't heard of due to that lack of exposure.
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially, like, I mean, I know Poke's not Japanese, but you know, there's so many Japanese people you'll never hear of, but they're just really insane at the game anyway.
And especially in those lower categories, both of them getting Lakitu skip handily, and we already see a difference. Cheese using Japanese and Poke using English. I believe Cheese has been having problems with his English part. It does save a couple of seconds in the 70-star route.
Yeah, I think, like, yeah, I know you were watching a stream as well, but he said, like, he has to, like, arrange it so it actually fit in his Japanese in 64, or vice versa. So he has to, like, change the region mod. Cheese with bomb clip, pretty clean. Poke, also pretty clean. Nothing much to say.
Very nice bomb clip from both of these guys. And with that, we'll be moving into either slide or into womps. We'll see what these guys go for first. Personally,
I think they both do slide. Yep.
And that's the route I would go for personally, because, I mean, with this route, you're getting something pretty easy out of the way that can be a good confidence booster before one of the most technical stages in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Like, in a PB attempt, you know, if you're really scared of Woms 100, or... Like, I know, like, in my experience, like, I don't really want to, like, spend a whole minute on the slide before doing Woms, because I'll reset the coin a lot. But, like, in a race, you know, there's no point in not doing the slide first.
And we see Cheese with that cool 12-6.
Is it hot, or is it cool? Or is it both? We'll never know. Poke with a 13-1, lacking a little bit. Not bad, though.
Still got one more chance to make that up, and as we've seen before, you know, one slide can go really well while the other one just kind of gives you a little bit of trouble, so we'll see how they end up coming out of the second slide.
Yeah, someone like Cheese has done this slide so many times, like, they just have such a good feel for, like, when to dive and how to do the bounce.
Exactly right. I mean, after you've done it for a while, it's really, I mean, it feels really natural. You know exactly which brick to aim for. And to an extent, the visual cue starts to matter less and less, as when you roughly see where it's at, you're able to immediately compensate with your thumb. Cheese getting a very nice cannon list.
Yeah, speaking of visual cues, Cheese went for the sock floater setup, not relying on his visual cues for texture. Poke's screen is frozen for me, but I think he's okay, I think he did texture and got it. I'm not sure. He would just cut out. But I think just by where he was in the castle animation, I think he did get cannonless. He wouldn't have had time to go get, like, Wild Blue or something.
Yep, and going into his 100 coin while Cheese gets a super clean Owlist. And speaking of visual cues, like looking at Poke's stream, occasionally it just becomes Data Mosh Central. Poke missing the side flip twice!
Yeah, he's not going to be able to make the cycle he wanted to. Half cycle is going to come out. Don't know why he went to get those coins. Okay, that was a really bad decision from Poke. Well, let's watch Cheese do his 100 coin, going for the really, really fast pro cycle. If he gets it, I'll kind of elaborate on it later.
Making great progress so far.
Cheese with the side flip, avoiding the star. Probably the hardest part of... Oh, Cheese with the dusty rollout. Can he make it? Yes, he does. Barely. No long jump, though. Big wall can get over the gap, and that'll work just about. Not clean, but he stays up there.
Yep, and a full cycle ahead of Poke to boot.
Exactly.
Now, elaborate a bit on that pro setup you were talking about.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was Poke made a really bad decision getting the coins in the ring, because the thing is, if you get every coin in the ring without missing any other coins, you'll actually have 5 coins more than you need, which means you can skip a row at the end. So actually getting all the coins does save time. But what Poke did is he missed the coin early on, so he had to go up to the other row anyway, or like it wouldn't have really mattered. So that getting those coins was just a waste of time. But then that also costed his half cycle because he would have made it if he didn't run around for the coin. So like that decision making probably cost him about 10 seconds, whereas it wouldn't have been so bad otherwise.
And elaborate a little bit on Cheese's side, the specific cycle he went for there.
Yeah, that one is the fastest RTA viable one, where you get the 5 coins after jumping out of the tree. The easier way to do that is just to go straight for the ring. You can get to the blue switch about a second faster, give or take, which makes it a lot easier to make the cycle. With the expert cycle, you do have to just like make a big jump, or you have to make some kind of jump to get on. Poke with a terrible out listing. I don't know what he's doing. That was a pretty bad setup. Let's see if we can get a second try.
And he even took that extra opportunity to re-guide himself a bit. Stream freezing right before that attempt, potential splicing. We did see that nasty data mosh, so who knows, Commentator might be putting forth unvalid conspiracy theories. Now, Cheese is taking care of Big Daddy Wump, and I was thinking to myself the other day, out of all of the characters in this game, Wump is probably actually a good guy here. If you really read his speech before Mario fights him, he talks about being stepped all over by Mario over and over. And, I mean, what does Mario do? Just steps on him all over again.
Yeah, Mario, maybe not the nice guy we know him as, or would like him to be. You never know. Cheese come up to take on the fortress.
Nice triple jump dive. Very clean execution on that tower, and he's leaving Womps a full star ahead of Poke.
643 is a really good Womps 9 time. That'd be like a 554 Womps 8. Which, like, Cheese is gold. I know he's doing 120 non-LBOJ. LA was like a 548, which is absolutely insane for Womps 8, but like 554 is really good too. No major mistakes. Poke wrapping it up with, I would say, like a 712. 711. His stream's cutting out, so like I can't really know for sure. I would say, about 20 plus maybe 30 seconds. Not quite.
Now look at Cheese there. Yeah, that is an insane slide time, especially for a race.
I think that's pretty much ideal. Cheese does the 2 long jumps, so does Poke. If you do the dives, you can get a 12-4. I'm pretty sure. Some people have gotten it. Taiho's gotten like a 12-3 somehow. I don't really understand what he did to get a 12-3.
I believe the timing can go all the way down to a 12-2, but to get that sort of time, you have to do a much slower, more calculated setup at the very beginning. So
yeah, exactly. It's all about starting the side with like a bunch of speed to get that. But Taiho got a 12-3 by doing just like dive rollouts at the beginning.
Now,
so that kind of blew my mind.
She's missing one of the twins, but gets a very handy grab on it later on. Just barely nicking that star for the text box avoidance. Let's see if Poke can maybe gain a little bit of time by grabbing both of the twins here.
Yeah, coming to win cap race, Cheese leaves. He's looking good. Yeah, we got the twins, but Cheese is flying. Saves him a lot of time. Poke not having much speed here up to these top rings, so he's probably losing about the time that the twins saved him, just due to his art.
Yeah, flying in this game is very non-intuitive to do well. I mean, like you said, the arcs are very important to maintain speed. You want to be leveled out as little as possible, and Poke opting to go a little bit safe, but definitely costing him some seconds. It's really, when you watch them side by side, you can see a huge difference. Now, Cheese gets a pretty handy start to his Dark World. Let's see if he can keep this momentum up throughout the stage. Definitely on path for at least a Shig cycle at the moment.
Yeah, just a normal Shig. He wasn't trying to cut any corners like he would for Zaya, and there's really no point in going for Zaya in a race.
Absolutely. I mean, it just saves a small fraction of a second of time, and in a race type environment. Ooh, Poke taking a burn, gonna have to grab the star or the red coin with that burn. Let's see what cycle he ends up going with. I don't believe the burn loses too much time, but
he can make Shig. Ooh, he might be in a bit of trouble now. Okay, Poke trying to get through the elevators. He's not going to be able to get Shig anymore. Just going to be a normal cycle coming out. Zonky doesn't make any more mistakes. Cheese, on the other hand, he also missed the double firsties, something that Poke could capitalize on, but probably not going to. Like, Shig versus Zaya and the difference between double firsties. Oh, Poke missing the 5th red. Going for his poverty Shig, but it's actually going to be like a poverty late cycle at this point. Exactly. At least he doesn't die.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing in Dark World, especially taking a death on the very end is exceptionally costly. Now, to explain a little bit to our viewers,
Poke almost dove too early and slid all the way down the checkerboarded, like, slippery slope.
Just barely nicking there. When we say double firsty, we're talking about wall kicks. There are multiple frames, up to 5, that you can do a wall kick. And getting a wall kick on the first frame you can actually does a little bit of weird stuff to Mario's momentum. It's far different from the other wall kicks. Ooh, Poke with the second short throw, definitely costing him a little bit more time. And at this point, Poke is taking a bit of a death by inches already, and that's not a position you want to be in starting out this race. Let's hope that during the key grab animation, he can kind of get his head screwed back on straight. But Cheese already has his head just completely secured with that lock nut washer. He's just going in on it right now.
Yeah, he's already about 40 seconds in the lead about a whole sky jump star. Poke will, you know, try to match Cheese's sky jump. Not really any time he can save for that star in particular. You know.
Now, in the background of my co-commentator's mic, we can very faintly hear the Speed Police on their approach, so let's see if they're coming for Poke or Cheese this time.
It's so unreal, like, Speed Police just won't leave me alone.
They're onto you. They're onto that speed.
Yeah.
Going
they won't let me PB. CLG Cheese!
Oh, nice backup there. Wall kicks decided to work the second time for him, at least.
Yeah, it's like a well-known backup, but it always is like kind of cool to execute it properly, where you just turn around and butt slide and jump off of it. See what Cheese does for second star, going for slip-sliding away. Doing that kind of camera, like, you see people just have like the camera like in the C left position, but that actually saves you a little bit of lag as you enter the stage, and how Cheese did it. It's not much, but worth noting.
Absolutely.
Going for the moonwalk. Smooth as butter.
She's just being ultra reliable with those moonwalks.
Whew. Jumped too early. Went under the star. Poke with cleaner wall kicks, though.
Saving a tad of time. Let's see if the rest of the CCM will go well for him.
You'll have to see what kind of decision... Well, no, Cheese already indicated he wants to go for CCM 18 by getting the slide on its own.
Ooh,
she's missing the penguin.
Trouble with this penguin.
Baby
Poke
penguin, very elusive.
You know, maybe he's just a little bit sick of this roller coaster ride down the mountain. You know, maybe developing a little bit of nausea. I wonder how many times he's taken that ride with Mario on Cheese's console.
I'd probably say in the 1,000.
Easily. I mean, it's at a point, you know, he's got to be getting a little bit sick of it.
Now I have to see what route Poke goes for. Poke not going for CCM 17. Both of them probably doing CCM 18 HMC late.
Yeah, definitely a great route for race purposes. If you're confident on the CCM 100 coin, there's really not much of a reason you'd want to go for the CCM 17 route.
Yeah. The only possible danger is missing coins on the side. She's not opting for the safety red. He can only miss one. Going for that sick triple jump dive, but he missed the coin. Now he can only, or he can't miss any more. That's a big danger of going for the triple jump dive strat. He needs to be perfect on this slide. And it's not hard to be perfect, but you know, you have no room for error. This jump here is especially scary. Getting that last coin, he missed it!
He missed
Jesus lost it all! Oh my god, this is huge. Poke is right back in the race now. Jesus doesn't have enough coins.
So we're gonna have to see what he decides to go for, whether
Cheese is gonna have to get the star, then go back. He can either go and race the penguin again, or he can just go for double pillarless. He will probably go for double pillarless, if I had to guess.
Okay, so going for the 100 coin star, I guess he just... which would be faster in that case? I'm not sure whether talking to the penguin or grabbing that extra red coin is faster.
Okay, Cheese indicating he actually does want to go race the penguin again, getting that red coin by the warp.
I actually didn't know this. The penguin resets if you re-enter the slide. I would have figured he'd stay at the bottom.
No, he resets. Poke falling way behind the penguin. He's missed coins too. He's not even gonna beat the penguin at this point. He's got to really pick it up. The penguin's so far ahead, like an Olympic bobsledder. He's like, like in the first race of Cool Runnings.
Barely getting ahead of him, missing a couple of points though.
Down 2 coins. He's got to do the same thing that Cheese has done. Oh, frustration bonk. He doesn't know what to do. But little does he know, Jesus made the exact same mistake and is racing the penguin again with no coins on the slide. What is Poke gonna do in this situation? He's probably gonna go. No, he's not even getting the 100 coin.
Looks like he's actually going for double pillarless with the CCM 17 route. Or he may just be deciding to do HMC early. It really depends. Although
this is shocking. It's so rare to see one person fail the slide, but both of them.
And in such a profound way. I mean, it really looked like Poke had it for a moment. The rubber banding on the penguin causes him to slow down a lot when you're behind him. But he couldn't just clutch out those 2 coins. I think he was 2 coins away, so it would have been really hard to do that grab. But if he did, that would have put him firmly in the lead right now.
Safety red is all I got to say about it.
Yep, exactly right. In a race circumstance, it's just a couple of seconds, but look what not grabbing it can cost you.
Poke losing 0.3 by going through the right door. I think people just don't know that. It was like a Blue Bob video where he points out like things that he didn't know as a beginner. I think people should all check it out.
Going for the left door there. It may just be what he ends up hitting with that angle. For those that don't know,
yeah, but you can adjust your long jump enough.
True. The door opening animation actually takes longer when Mario's opening a right side door, since he like reaches out and opens it all the way before going into it, whereas on the left side door, he opens it while going through it. Small optimization, but over the course of the run, it can save a pretty handy few seconds.
So Cheese got the Big Boo balcony. It was looking a little bit scary when he did the butt slide. Yeah, Poke just doesn't know. He's just willingly going through the right door. Cheese probably gonna just stick with his normal route at this point. You know, he actually got CCM 18, 20 stars BBH, not doing double plus. But what a big time loss. You know, Poke is probably feeling crushed at this point, feeling like he had no chance. But, you know, who would expect Cheese would make that error too?
Okay, so Poke making his way down to the basement, but 1 star short. I mean, Cheese has developed a substantial lead, and that error on the slide should have cost him, but the unthinkable has happened, and we see both of them failing the slide in about the same way. That's insane.
It depends on if Poke does double pillarless, because that could be like about 15 seconds faster than re-racing the penguin like Cheese did. I'm just oh, Cheese missed Mips, going for the punch grab, I think, but he went neutral like as he landed. So the reason why the punch grab works is you can do a speed punch. Cheese missing Mips again. He's just gonna go into the painting now. I can't believe it. Cheese is probably really rusty, understandable, but
now we see Poke with a super clean pillarless going ahead and hitting that box, but doesn't matter. He's able to get that pillarless successful, and he's going for secrets.
Oh no, Cheese failed it. He didn't ground pound when he needed to.
And Poke having to do the backup to get back on the platform.
That's a manga S.
Rough.
I don't know what Poke is doing either. Is he going for secrets or what? Is he just gonna die?
He was going for secrets, but he accidentally missed the second platform, or I think the third platform actually.
What? I think he was trying to hit the warp.
Yeah, looks like he might be just trying to make his way back up the pyramid an alternate way. That thin little rail on the sand slide is super hard to get that back up off of.
Oh, he can't even get up to the warp! Oh my god! Spaghetti! This is like Liam's 120 star relay. I don't know if you're around, but like at SGDQ, there was like a 120 star relay, and what? Poke? I don't understand.
Poke just hemorrhaging time. May as well be starting an Italian restaurant with the amount of spaghetti he's dropping. This is unreal at the moment, folks.
Just
unreal.
Stand there. Maybe it's in a different corner. Or wait, maybe the warp doesn't even work from that angle. Oh, there we go. Okay, you got it.
Finally getting it to work, but at what cost? I mean, it may have been faster for him at this point to skip this pillarless attempt and go ahead and go for that 100-point star.
What he should have done is just died. Because when you're in the pyramid, or when you die in the pyramid, you respawn in the right? So Poke probably lost like a whole minute trying to get this warp. He's losing like another 30 seconds trying to go up the pole to the top. He's like actually doing casual movement here. Nothing that a speedrunner would ever really have to practice. But if you just died in the pyramid, you would respawn in the cage, falling down, and you could go for secrets normally. Would have saved quite a bit over what he's trying. Poke not even going for secrets. I think he might have been accepting his fate here. Geez, save and quit after SSL, I believe. because he was going back through basement. I didn't really catch it, but I think he saved and quit.
Yeah, just too focused on Pokés. I mean, this is insane. Sorry for the mic issues on my end, but the microphone was slipping over all of this wet spaghetti. I mean, I don't know what to do.
But yeah, the pop filter does not really account for spaghetti sauce, and it's really gotten everywhere.
I mean, when you see Cheese with just a substantial 3-star lead already in the basement, and you're exactly right. The only thing I would wonder is if Pokey was afraid that dying in the pyramid would cause him to respawn at the main entrance rather than on top.
No, it would be whichever way you entered it, I believe.
I wonder if he knows that, though.
Before. Well, no, because in nonstop, like... Yeah, I guess Poke might not know, but it would have been definitely better for him to die. Instead,
no doubt
Poke
about that.
He probably spent more time trying to recover from that missed jump than it would have taken him to get like a second pillarless or pretty much any other star. So like, you know, Poke really not making up any time where he would need it. You know, it's kind of gone from bad to worse. Probably definitely not what he would be hoping for in his kind of race against Cheese. Even though Cheese hasn't been on a good run of his own, like, you know, Poke could conceivably be ahead of Cheese right now. Just some really unfortunate mistakes and not being able to recover from them.
Certainly. I mean, with how clean his first pillarless attempt was, if he would have gone for a second one, that would have saved him some time. You know, Cheese failing his first pillarless also would have saved Poke some time, but unfortunately not able to capitalize at all on any of that, and is just having to play catch-up, and probably will be all the way through Fire Seed. Looks like he'll also be having to do HMC early rather than late.
Cheese!
So...
Oh my god! He didn't even get over the fence!
Terrible
2 HP now. Dude, this star is so bad when you like mess it up the first time. She's gonna have to get back up on the arch. You can make it with a triple jump off the ground, but not really advised. Cheese, yeah, okay, yeah, don't do the same thing again. Really not high quality gameplay coming out here. But you know, he was trying to go for the clip. You land on top of the hitbox, you brush off, you fall down to the star. But Cheese was a bit too low, and he just didn't get what he was looking for. Poke with a nice lava boost, though. At least showing off that he can do the star as well. She's boiling the big bully. Gonna grab that one. Poke had a bit of a slip up at the ending. He like side flip, or like he didn't side flip like he wanted to, so she's saving some time. Poke with a bit of a bad camera has to readjust. Yeah, going for bullies, so it's not that big of a deal because you have to wait for the cycle. Skipping the ledge grab, it's almost like an intentional time loss because like by sandbagging that early, like you could actually
oh no, did he get,
make the bully
he didn't get fully glitched, did he? Okay,
no.
Thankfully not. There's a glitch there where if you hit the lava at the same frame that one of the bullies do, they will not die, and you have to go for an alternate star entirely.
Oh no, Cheese. Did I cut out for you for a minute there?
Oh, that's fine. I don't actually think you did.
Okay, because you cut out for me, so I was wondering like which of us was on the stream or not. Oh well. Either way, doesn't really matter. He's finishing up Lethal Lava Land. Gonna be heading to DD.
Yeah, and Poke with a lot of time to make up now. And you know, even though HMC early versus HMC late only loses about a second, the real thing that he loses there is the ability to takes a bonk on that platform, but stays up. Stays alive.
That was precarious.
That was Monka-esque to the extreme.
When you get a bonk like that, you know, you never know how far your speed will take you. You can just fall off countless obstacles or something. Because like when you fall down, like your speed is conserved, so like you could just fall to your death as Poke almost did.
Yep, we've seen so many runners bonk on that edge of the very last platform that the star is on, and it cost them very dearly. Oh, she's missing a... Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's not part of the sequence. My bad.
He's good.
Commentator fooled by how optimal Cheese's swimming is, how close he got to that chest.
So, actually, when they went down to the basement, Poke was only 1 star behind Cheese. His lead was not that far ahead. But I think with Poke now and HMC having all these mistakes, he's going to have a lot of trouble catching up.
Exactly. And I just saw on stream, since we do have a delay, Cheese did not actually save quit. We forgot that he did not grab the MIP star initially. So that was why he was having to do that basement movement all the way to LLL.
That makes sense. But like, on the other hand, why wouldn't you do it after Lethal Lava Land? It's way better just to do it as you're going to DDD. Because Mips is right there. You literally run right past him.
True.
And then if you miss him, you can just get him in the safe grab position. Kind of unnecessary, if you ask me.
Could have been a situation where he was afraid that he would forget about him, or also just could be that he knows how substantial his lead is and isn't worried at all about it.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the former, you know, if he just didn't want to forget about Mips and then not being able to get through the 30-star door.
Now we see Cheese finishing up DDD now. He's got that Manta Ray star to grab, and he's going to be going into Fire Seed. Now,
he said he wanted to practice Manta Ray, but I don't know if he actually did on his stream. Oh, good, looks good though.
Yeah, Ring's playing really nicely with him. Cheese makes it look easy, but grabbing those rings like that can be exceptionally difficult.
Yeah. And you can spend all day if you want chasing them around the cavern.
Now, Poke seems to be having a good HMC so far. I think somehow having to do it early may have given him a bit of a confidence boost, getting even Christmas Miracle, while Cheese on path for a Lava Boost and early LEs. So
pretty low pull grab. See what he's got. This has to be really clean. Not really, but he has to be perfect here. Alright, let's see the side flip. Side flip was really good, so I think he's still on pace for it.
And he gets that triple jump. It's definitely still viable.
Alright, he's got it. Cheese, Lava Boost. Very, very barely, but he got it.
For those that don't know, you can actually watch to see if Mario's cap goes above that initial platform right after the long jump, and if it does, you've pretty well got enough height to succeed at Lava Boost. Even getting a good ending here, that is... You couldn't ask for a better Fire Seed. Lava Boost and good ending, I mean, what more could you want?
Yeah. Cheese, he's definitely back in his groove. You know, he's kind of brushed off those early mistakes, and he's just playing the run. Going for a little slip inside into the funnel. No worries. Okay, interesting castle movement. Not optimal.
And so we actually see right now, while Cheese is taking care of Bowser in the Fire Sea, Poke is just entering that Star Door. That is now, granted, see behind his belt now, but I mean, still a very substantial minute to 2 minute lead to Cheese. At this point.
It's definitely not over though. They have the same star count right now, so it's not like Cheese is like 10 minutes ahead.
Oh, exactly right. The main issue is just that Poke's having to do DDD as part of his next 3 stars, which are probably the slowest in this run.
Well, yeah, it definitely is. Actually, the 2 of the 3 slowest in the run, if you count non-100 coins.
Yep. Now, we see Cheese going into the upstairs. I always forget about 100 coins because you're getting 2 stars at once, so in effect, it cuts the time in half. Totally.
Yeah.
Now, Cheese entering that wet-dry world seems to be more dry than wet for these runners most of the time. Let's see what he goes for first. Camera setup implies that he's actually going for elevator star?
Probably to do the triple jump wall kicks to get him out of the way. Not even the side flip setup, going right for the kick. Very hard.
Oh no, he didn't even elevator activation! Oh, man!
Okay.
He literally got the difficult part and just barely missing that platform.
Cheese should have just broken the box while he was down there. Okay, getting it that time, you know, Cheese trying to be really optimal, you know, with all that muscle memory. It's easy to forget that only a couple false moves are like, not even moves, just frames, and you miss it completely. Yeah, missing the star on the sub, but he had a decent star anyway. Not much to report on his end.
Yeah, just tipping the control stick a little bit lower of an angle will cost you dearly. And I mean, in a game like this, you know, you mainly want to rely on the notches, but...
Oh, jeez, missing a triple jump, and he fell! He's in the water, he's gonna have to swim out of it. I mean, he can just get back up on... Oh, he goes under. Cheese, not very comfortable in a dry world right now. I think just, like, his inability to play recently is kind of coming to bite him here. Like, in the bracket, he's going to be playing the winner of Punky and Joe Random, so I think, like, this might be able to get him through Poke, but if he wants to beat Punky, he's going to take another level from Cheese. He's made, like, some pretty drastic mistakes already, and Punky is super consistent.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh,
Losing his
taking a
boost
burn
already.
already.
Or well,
That
he
is
got a
not
lava boost, but not the
Oh,
lava boost he
no.
wanted. Well, he
Losing
kind of
so
had
much
to do
time.
that because you can't actually get the double jump. Firsty! That's unfortunate for Poke. Trying the makeshift pole glitch, not even setting it up properly though. You hate to see it.
Yep. Cheese, meanwhile, starting with his 100 coin, very clean so far. Spider deciding to cooperate. And that right there is an example of when firsties go wrong. You know, the different
Yeah.
momentum that you get off of a firstie is not what you want when you're attempting to use a wall kick to get on top of a ledge.
Yeah, I know like Punk in particular is really triggered about like missing things due to firsties. Poke, how do you even get this normal cycle here? Pretty good movement considering he was kind of in a regular position there. Oh, I was gonna say something, but you know, as soon as I compliment him, kind of goes wrong. Let's see if we can get a good ending. Nice curvy long jump to get around the edge of that structure. It's not really any kind of structure in particular, just part of the course. Poke getting that long jump and ground pounding. So she's definitely had a great fire seat, but Poke not making up time.
Yeah, but Poke can make up some time in Wet Dry World, whereas Poke was bringing the spaghetti noodles, she's preparing Wet Dry World with that boiling water to make the spaghetti. I mean, both of these guys in tandem working to get that beautiful Italian dish out.
Yeah, he's missed like both the triple jump wall kicks basically. They both just went wrong for him. So.
And it's still amazing to me that one of them
missing the throw. The most costly in the game. Not great for Poke. It's not over, but I think he's just in a really bad mental state right now. It's gonna be hard for him to like keep it together.
Yep, I mean he's really got to just take a lot of deep breaths. You know, he's got some time with this key grab animation and having to go all the way upstairs. He's got some time to really sit back and just try to erase those mistakes from his mind, go all total recall on this game, while meanwhile Cheese is going ahead for his secrets. And it seems that Wet Dry World maybe shook him up a little bit, but he stirred himself.
Oh no!
Into...
Oh! I thought Cheese was gonna go for like the insane double wall kicks there.
And meanwhile, I just thought he was
back up
as well.
I mean, yeah, I think Cheese is also not in the best mentality right now. You know, I think this has definitely been affecting him the way he's been messing up early on.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to compliment him on after Wet Dry World kind of picking himself up, dusting himself off, and getting off to a great start on THI, but that is not the case. So let's see what Poke ends up making up. He's starting the same exact start that Cheese did.
That looks sketchy, but it worked. Triple jump wall kick, side flip from Poke, and he makes it. So Poke touching the elevator, unlike Cheese.
Yep,
this is huge.
Oh, but getting a ground pound instead.
Great wall kicks for Poke. Oh no! As I say that,
yeah,
he'll still get up there. Nice job, Poke saving time over Cheese. Definitely coming back into this game.
Yep, and it's really the next star that Cheese lost a boatload of time. So we'll see how exactly he handles this top of the town. He's gotten one triple jump wall kick clean, so let's see if he can make it a double.
This is like one of the most difficult strats you can even do in 70. It's much harder than it looks. Poke making it work as well. Get that triple jump dive. You know, there's a really cool strat that I actually saw Cheese come up with first. I don't know if he invented it, but I mean, he probably didn't. But basically, when you do the triple jump wall kick for top of the town, it saves a bit less time than for elevator because you end up having to kind of do the triple jump dive where it doesn't actually put you in as good of a position as... Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is it only saves about a second. But if you want to save another second, you can actually do a triple jump dive directly to the platform with the star box, which is really, like, it looks hard, but it's actually kind of doable. I think we'll see people start doing it eventually. If people just try to go for it and pick it up. Just the thing is the camera needs to be kind of precise so you can make it up there. But, you know, one of those things that people don't really do in runs, but it's pretty substantial of a time save.
He's getting breezeless.
Oh,
wow.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he did a first attempt breezeless to start out his TTM. I don't know if that was just to save that quick second and a half or two, or just for that confidence boost, but he's back, baby.
That was like probably the first breezeless he's even tried in month. He doesn't do breezeless at all. Like, that's one thing that Cheese just won't do, but he did it. What a legend. Red's coming out for Cheese. This looks really hot.
Oh,
Side
absolutely.
flip.
He is now
Oh,
feeling
boy.
himself.
Cheese looking to gold TTM.
That's what it seems at this moment. Ooh, Poke getting a little bit of bad RNG on that Chuck hit, but that's okay. He does have all the coins he needs, including this line. So he'll be making his way out of Wet Dry World momentarily. Cheese, meanwhile, just slaughtering Tall Mountain. Let's see how his mountain clips go.
Yeah, usually people try to do the mountain clips right away, get these log ball kicks done, but she's actually saving them for third and fourth.
But
And this is why he has
platform.
to go for the box now. He's lost reds as his backup. What is that angle? I guess it'll work. I can't believe it. I mean, I don't know if Cheese actually had a setup or if he just eyeballed it, but if he eyeballed it, that's really impressive.
I'm thinking he eyeballed it because, I mean, I don't think he made himself brush against any walls or anything, so...
I know the backup is like, you just bounce the box off of the wall, but Cheese didn't do that. Alright, second try for Cheese. Good. Getting up there.
Oh, but
he missed the wall kick
on the, and that's the last wall kick for this stage, or at least for this star.
That sucks.
Opting to just go across the log of.
No, Cheese with the firstie.
Oh,
he's fallen down again.
This is the type of stuff Poke needs, and unfortunately, we're not able to see how much he's capitalizing on it at the moment.
Poke looks like he's in Fire Sea or something, but he's not. Well, is that like the THI painting?
I think it is, yeah. It's a THI painting. I think he went into the big one. He may be trying to go for THI reds for some reason. Oh, because he does still have a 1-star deficit.
Yeah, that's true. I thought he would just go for Snowman's Land reds, but THI reds can be just as good.
And unfortunately, stream is down. We'll be working on getting that up as fast as possible. But, I mean, she's definitely you want to look at right now because he's struggling in TTM. He blazed through those first 2 stars, and that must have just been all the fuel in his tank because at this point, it's not going well. Fortunately, though, top of the mountain went well, but man, that waterfall star just ate him up.
Yeah, it's really depressing to see someone miss a wall kick like that. It was just like I think it was actually the lag as he was going over on that long jump made him mistime it because you kind of have that in your muscle memory, but getting that lag made it slow down. He probably pressed A too early, and that's why he bonked. So really unfortunate. Cheese doing his kind of Snowman's Land thing to make him more consistent. He doesn't like holding that off angle at the beginning. Also likes to change the camera to hold forward as he slides down. But I mean, it works. It's like low 11, not bad.
Yep, I mean that. Getting that strat first try is definitely admirable in a race. I've seen so many people go for it and have to use that beginner backup. And one thing that some viewers may not exactly know, the camera movement is extremely important in this game because Mario moves relative to the camera. So if your camera positioning is just a little bit askew, it can totally mess up your setup. And so that's why he manipulates the camera in a lot of kind of strange instances to be able to get better angles for various tricks.
And as you were saying that, Cheese actually did an early Mario canvas. He was kicking up the slope to get rolled from the freezing pond. Like, I guess it just makes him on a better line to ground pound the star box because it is a pretty difficult angle to get. He did kind of mess up. He was going for like the really fast strat where you actually belly slide a bit on the snow to do speed kicks, but he kicked instead of diving. So, yeah, it's like this Snowman's Lane hasn't been perfect for Cheese, but he's been keeping it together. Like, TTM was really bad. Like, I don't know where Poke is in the run right now, but he could have been making up a lot of time over Cheese here, but at least Cheese might be able to hold it together for the rest of the run. Or, like, he's looking to try to get back on pace.
And he's about to be going into HMC, so that'll be giving him a chance to recollect. A lot of it is just strats that these players have practiced at boatload. And, I mean, Cheese, especially, as we saw with that in the deep freeze star, he's commented before about practicing that for like 2 weeks or so, and it shows. Just perfect execution.
Probably the hardest thing about deep freeze is just like not like rushing your jumps because like you want to do it fast and you get everything dustless, but if you miss a jump, the whole star is ruined. So it's like, but you also don't want to get like 7 dust frames because it's like a 6-second star.
Yep.
She's coming down to catch the MIPS. Now he missed the first one.
Well, has better luck this time.
Just went for the dive. Yeah, definitely an adjustment from Cheese he made here. He didn't go for the punch because Like, it was less consistent. He went for the dive, got it done.
Now, remind me again, Japanese MIPS the second time around is faster, correct?
Well, no, Japanese MIPS are the same speed, the 1 and 2. English 2 is the same as both Japanese, but English 1 is slower than all 3.
Ah, I see. Commentator getting that order a little bit confused. So we have Poke back up, and we see that he's in TTM at the moment. So Cheese having to take care of HMC just entering the stage. So Poke can make up some serious ground if he does well on this tall mount.
Poke double jump dive, or speed kick double jump dive, to get on top of the mushroom. Pretty swaggy. Doesn't say that much, but, you see people go for it, and it's pretty cool. Decent red side flip, weird camera, falling all the way down. All his progress is for nothing. I don't know what he's going to do for a backup. He's trying to... Okay. It's not going well for Poke. Can he get up there? Side flip here. Yeah, okay. Oh, the mole! He bonked him onto the canopy. That was really weird.
That's some rough RNG there. Cheese going for his...
It was actually helpful, though, because if he had not landed on the canopy, he would have fallen all the way down again. So it was bad, but it was also, like, the good bad.
The good bad. Commentators with that double think right here live on GSA, sponsored by Vi.gg. We see Poke going for his mountain flip. Looks like it might be his first time going for it.
Second, I believe. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he got Breathtaking View from Bridge first, but it's kind of difficult to see. Cheese Christmas Miracle looks good. He's very comfortable with that star.
Yeah, Cheese just having a beautiful HMC at the moment. Poke, we're not exactly sure how his initial TTM went, but overall doing pretty well, I would say. And I really wonder how those THI Reds went for him.
I think he made... I guess his THI Reds could have been okay. Alright, Poke trying to do the camera setup here. Okay, doing a bad wall kick, actually, instead of letting the box bounce to get the angle. Whatever works, both of them doing different backups. It's kind of interesting to see the individuality of the runner shine through in moments like these where something doesn't go right. See how they try to deal with it. Cheese with the big lead still. Poke only entering Summon's Land now.
Yep, while Cheese is, I believe, exiting course here, maybe going... Yeah, exiting course. The later 2 stars are unfortunately a bit too slow to be viable for 70 star, even though HMC late is beneficial.
I would say Poke might have caught up even a little bit because... Wait, I don't think he did THI Reds. He's going for Snowman's Land Reds right now.
He must not have.
He must have just made some big mistakes in THI and early TTM.
And it was looking like he was entering the big painting in THI. That's what's kind of weird. Maybe the stream just froze on a specific part of the zoom whenever you enter the level.
I don't really know.
Cheese up in Tippy already, so Poke has some ground to make up. Entering at about 52.45. Going for Lakitu bounce. Let's see how clean this goes.
Nice.
Okay, nice bounce. Just got to get up on that pole. Not even forcing Mario to have a seizure. Just beautiful pole grab there.
Yeah, also the double jump over the corner, really swaggy. And great wall kicks. Great start overall.
Exactly. Not having to use the maze or anything else as a backup, fortunately. We've seen a lot of players continually miss that Lakitu bounce and have to use up all of their backups in the stage, and it is rough.
Yeah, it's punishing. I can speak from experience for that one. Just, it's not fun. She's going for tricky triangles. That looks good, but okay. Here he is. He's back. Going at it.
Oof, beautiful. We did see him practicing this one before the race, so it looks like that paid off pretty handily. Poke with a nice deep freeze, albeit a bit slower of a route and setup than Cheese.
I mean, Poke is, like, he's definitely far behind, but he's only like a minute and a half, I would say. Which is, like, not that much, because he's made a ton of mistakes where, you could see him be, like, 3 minutes ahead now, but, like, it's still in the realm of possibility for Poke if Cheese makes some big mistakes in TTC.
Like that right there. I mean,
it's not that big. I'm more talking about, like, deaths, but, like, it's possible.
It can either be a death by inches or a death by attrition. And I mean, in this case, Cheese, kind of showing a bit of crackage again. He keeps getting nice consistency, but then just kind of falling back a little bit on that consistency here. Commentator
I was saying Poke was trying to ground pound a star that you can just walk into. I don't know what he was doing.
Definitely odd decision making on his part. But after this bully, he'll be entering Tippy, and it looks like it's a little over 2 minutes. Cheese entered Rainbow Ride, I believe, at 42:45 or so.
Okay.
So probably 2.5 minutes, give or take, is what Poke's got to make up, which is definitely possible.
Commentator definitely track of the lead here. You know, Poke's got definitely can't make any more errors than Tibby, which is the hardest part of the run. You know, we'll see this Rainbow Ride is definitely do or die for him.
As she's already entering TTC, this is his moment. If he can clinch out TTC, this race is pretty well his. But if not, then Poke is going to have a chance at that title.
Yeah, I'm glad you were talking, Justin, because the Speed Police were on in full force and my microphone. If I was talking.
Oof, well, you know, Speed Police coming by while the runners are in Tippy. You know, it's an all risks game right here. You know, if these guys don't finish quickly enough, the Speed Police will come through and bust them. They're going to have to move their game all the way to an underground gaming facility.
Yeah.
But
There's
Cheese
actually
looks
a
like...
ambulance, so, you know, maybe coming out to get Poke a breather.
Yeah, true,
Cheese,
true.
Good 100 so far, like, looking to get not the invisible. I thought he was going to get the bong. Good clean ending.
Just beautiful 100 coins. So if the rest of TTC goes like this, Poke is pretty much dead on arrival. But he's still got some more pretty technical stars to make up in TTC. He's got to go for that, both the pendulum one, which can be a bit tricky, and the time jumps on moving bars, which has given a lot of people a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm. You know, Cheese got the good wall kicks to get up on the thwomp at the end, but I saw like the video that Toast Rider had for his old 100, or the old TTC 100 record was held by Toast Rider, but that was only for Star 1. Right now, D Whatever has Star 1 and Star 2, because Toast Rider in his Star 1, like, he got it like perfectly, right? But then after that, he like missed the wall kicks to get up, and then he bonked on the thwomp and fell to his death. Like, imagine Cheese getting that clean 100 coin and then dying trying to get stomp on the thwomp. Like, that would be ridiculous. Luckily, it didn't happen, but like, you know, TTC 100 is so deadly.
That'd be probably the
Okay, dying to triple jump wall kick, not a costly death, but nonetheless, not what you want to see.
I mean, it's certainly killing what may already be a victory in this race, but definitely not over yet. Cheese still has those time jumps on moving bars, and we've seen just a little bit of sloppiness on get a hand can definitely cost you. So
Poke getting his luck to bounce though.
Definitely a good thing here. Now, never mind. Sorry.
All right, so we got Cheese. He needs a couple more stars. He did not get Toad for entering TTC. Going for the most optimal route here. All he needs now are the 2 time stop ones, moving bars, and red coin.
And I definitely got to say, it's definitely a big move by Cheese to go ahead and go for both of what are traditionally backups for some of those later stars already. It's more optimal for sure, but getting roll into the cage and get a hand that early prevents you from really having any decent backup if you miss either this star or, in the case of the one he already got, Pendulum.
Oh, did he do Pendulums last?
He already did Pendulums.
But like 4th, I mean, out of the time moving stars.
Oh, yeah. I believe so.
Oh, yeah, you're
going
right.
ahead and going for Toad, maybe for that good luck charm before TTC. Maybe even trying to talk Toad into giving Cheese a little bit of bad luck on his run. Who knows? You know, Toad playing both sides. He gets the stars from Bowser and then acts all friendly to Mario.
The Speedrun Fire Police are out here now. Fire Chuck blowing its horn.
Let's go ahead and get your speedrun fires in the chat before they catch us.
I don't know. They're just jealous of Cheese's TikTok clock, you know. Let me get some flaming clocks in chat. You know, might need Blue Bob to come in and put them out. Who knows?
Exactly right. Now, Poke here, or sorry, Cheese getting a TTC that could not be any more what Poke does not need. I mean, that was a textbook TTC right there. I don't think there was a lot of big mistakes in that, do you?
No, like, very minor things, yes, but, you know, a clean TTC is not as common as, like, you would think. You know, top runners, sure, they can pull it off, but You know, you see so many races decided by one major mistake in Tippy, TDC especially, whether it be 100 coin, missing triple jump wall kicks, dying. You know, there's really no safety in that stage.
Now,
But Cheese
Cheese,
handled it like a champ.
interestingly enough, we see Cheese in the sky and not liking his initial angle for triple jump dive, having to redo the setup. Ooh, Poke missing the roll into the cage star there. Gonna have to move back up for it. And see, this is why we do top down. You don't eat an ice cream cone from the bottom, and likewise, you don't eliminate your backups before you eliminate what they would be backing up.
Exactly. Cheese eating his ice cream cone like from the middle or something. Okay, Cheese failed his triple jump wall kick though. Going for right side again.
Let's see if he does what he did last race and just go. Okay, going for it and getting it second time. Last race he was in, I believe, he went for it a good 5-6 times before finally getting it. Just would not go over to the.
Oh, that was so close to hitting the Goomba. I just want to say, like, he went for like the most ambitious like Goomba angle. Like, that was scary.
And you may not think those Goombas are super scary, but remember the wind blowing across that platform. If those Goombas knock Mario over, it could easily spell a death.
Yeah.
But Cheese missing the first throw here. That's okay. He's still got a lot of time to make this up.
If you think about all the mistakes that Cheese made, like... Oh, Poke falling down, he's dead. He's dead now. Wow, just... Deaths that you wouldn't think could even happen, like... Tippy makes it possible, you know? Like Murphy's Law, anything that can happen will happen at some point.
And especially with a stage like TikTok Clock, if you kind of visualize the layout, it's literally a stage wrapped around just an empty hole. Imagine almost like the HMC cave with that pit at the bottom with the rolling rocks going through it.
That's the whole level.
Exactly.
Going up and up and up.
Now Cheese getting that third Bowser throw, 2 misses, 3 hits. That's all he needs. Clenching out a cool mid 51-40.
I wonder if someone would make like you know how there's like Kaizo ROM hacks and stuff? Like what if someone made that for SM64, but instead of like the normal HMC, they made like a stacked HMC kind of like TTC is, and they just had boulders just starting from the top and they fell all the way down the stage. So it just
that'd be pretty beautiful.
I'm just picturing that like rolling rocks, but in every situation.
Now we got Cheese in the call with us for a post-race interview. Cheese, definitely kind of a rough race for you. What was your opinion of that run?
Well, it was a bad run. The ending was good.
Yeah.
So from like SL onward was decent. So I saw people talking about how I could get MIPS after LLL and do HNC late, but so I always thought that if you leave the stage with 29 stars, and you get, even if you get MIPS and get 30 stars, you can't open the door. But I guess it makes sense because once you have the 30, it should work. Because I know that in what is it? There's a category where
I think you're talking about 16 star. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think you're kind of thinking about like if you load the basement with 14, then it doesn't spawn MIPS when you get 15. But like the story door just checks if you have 30, so I think it would be okay.
Yeah, so I kind of got confused there, and I just made a split-second decision. So you can't think about that stuff when you're doing a race in high pressure. But yeah, it's just because you know, I saw Tom make the comment, but to shoot some shots. I've never missed MIPS like that before, so maybe he has a lot. So he probably knows what to do there because he always misses MIPS.
Hey, throwing that shade.
All right, no.
I mean, it was kind of just an unfortunate way to miss MIPS. I think you just went neutral like right before you landed, so you didn't actually get the speed punch. You just punched in place. But then like Gates, the backup was rough.
Yeah, I just wasn't really sure, but
I don't know if you were watching the stream as well, but Poke also missed the CCM 100, and instead of doing the penguin again, he just moved on. But like it's so weird to see that both happen.
I was watching, and it's kind of funny. But so after I messed up and I missed too much coins, I was thinking of what I could do because I knew that doing something else must be faster than doing the penguin again. But I just when you're in a race setting, the most important thing is to do what you know already and not to try new things. So I just went with that mentality, even though I knew that it was probably a better thing to do at that moment. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess what I could say as well is that I think a lot of people underestimate or don't understand the mindset, the mentality that goes into racing, especially and when you're under pressure. Like, someone who has a world record in a category doesn't mean that they are always going to have good runs. Doesn't mean that they're going to win every tournament. So like having a run like this, for example, for me, I could easily lose to any of the top runners that are in this tournament. So it goes to show that, to be able to win a tournament, you have to really be in good shape mentally as well, more than anything else.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to
I could
knock your
easily,
run.
yeah, I could easily lose this tournament if I don't buckle down and work on my mentality and focus and start practicing more.
Okay.
Yes, and mentality was definitely a hot talking point in the commentators booth. Do you kind of think that your mentality throughout was a bit muddled by the mistakes at the beginning, or were there some moments that you really think you recovered and kind of got yourself calmed down and just ready to rock?
Yeah, I think after like SSL or LLL, my mentality was not great, but I told myself, relax and just perform and win the race. That's all you have to focus on, and that's what you got to do in a race. It's not about PB attempts or anything like that. If you go in with that mentality, then you're gonna lose. So it's all about like understanding that it's all about winning the race, not about getting a good time.
Yeah, I also wanted to touch on you talking about, having to play some really good players. You could be playing Punke in round 2. How do you think that could go?
Well, again, if I don't buckle down and practice and work on my mentality, I probably will lose. So I got to work on it. Also, I'm bad at throws, dude. What the hell? I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so bad at throws.
Yeah, that's been I hate to say, but kind of a bit of a common theme. How much practice have you put into those throws, out of curiosity?
I mean, a lot through my lifetime, but it's just another thing that I've been struggling with lately. I've just been struggling overall with. I think I've been struggling overall with consistency or mentality in these past few months. I've just been going through a rough patch, trying to figure out what it is that's going on. So stuff like throws or just general consistency, I'm really messing up on. I feel like.
Now we've got Poke in this call too. Poke, how are you feeling right now finishing out that run?
Oh my god. That was one of the bad runs, I think. I think I messed up. Like that SSL that I did was one of the weirdest things I've ever done, I think. It's like
So what was going through your head there? I noticed that you didn't even go for the backup to get back onto the secrets platforms.
I literally didn't know what to do because after I missed the coin in like CCM, I've never done CCM 17. So I tried doing the secret star and then kind of failed on that. Like, and so I didn't know what the backup was for that. So
Yeah, it's understandable. Like the pyramid is just really weird, and also if you fall, like it's hard to get back up. It's probably better just like to just die and re-enter, but it's just not very forgiving.
yeah, honestly, like thinking back on it, I probably could have done like the IROC boss probably, or yeah, just dying would probably be better.
Yeah, that was definitely a point of discussion in the commentators booth. But did you have the stream open to see Cheese's progress as well? And if so, what were your thoughts going through your head during the run, especially in stages like TTM where he made some considerable mistakes?
I actually didn't have it open, but the only time I opened it was after CCM, and I saw that I was like ahead of Cheese somehow or something. I don't know, but that's the only time I actually opened the stream.
Well, did you know that he actually missed the CCM 100 too? He had to do the penguin again, just like you did.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh,
that's pretty funny.
It's the odds of that is kind of crazy.
Yep, I mean, just wild run from both of you guys. No matter what, it was entertaining and great execution as well. I mean, all of the parts without those mistakes were just beautifully executed.
So like one part?
D.
I mean, geez, you got a 51 with all those mistakes, so like.
Yeah,
just
I
shows-
mean, the only really big, insane mistake was CCM. I made a lot of smaller ones. Wedge World was pretty big, but Wedge World was my mentality was at its worst in Wedge World because I was thinking about other things, and then when I made the first mistake of not lowering the platform, I thought it was such a ridiculous mistake that it got to my head, so that carried on to the next star, and then I fell in the water, and then after that happened, I was like, okay. I need to fix my mentality, or else I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna play bad. So I just had to. You just have to settle down, and you you can't let the mentality get to you, or else it's just over. You know, it's part of competition.
Exactly right on that. Now, do you think some of that may have even carried over to TTM? Because that when you were going for the behind the waterfall star, I noticed having a lot of trouble getting up to that waterfall chasm. Do you think that some of that bad mentality kind of resurged during that? Or
Oh, that actually was that was a weird instance. I got an insane amount of lag, much more than usual for that waterfall star. So it made me mistime the wall kick because I got so much lag that it took a lot longer to reach the wall. So my muscle memory of pressing A, it got screwed up because I had so much lag. So I pressed A too early and I didn't get the wall kick.
Yeah. I've seen like Tygo lose runs just missing wall kicks like that and stuff too. It's really unfortunate. But that's actually exactly what I theorized. Just like I've never seen so much lag in that long jump. I don't know what was different about it, but I don't know. It just I can kind of see why you'd press A too early and just fall all the way down.
Yeah, precisely.
I think that's about it from us. Thank you both for racing. We have a ton more action coming up today on the stream. For all of our matches today in Mario 64, Metroid, and Odyssey, you can check out our sponsor Vi.gg hosting these tournaments and betting on them. If you are of legal age in a country where it's legal, you can participate in some PvP betting. Put your money where your mouth is. Check them out! !bet in the chat.
Exactly right. And coming up, we've got 3 Mario Kart Double Dash matches, including one in about 2 hours. In about 1 hour. So stick around for that. I mean, that'd be a pretty interesting race to bet on with as much RNG as is in Mario Kart. That'd be one where you'd be on the edge of your seat the whole time. So go check them out. ! Bet. They're Vi.gg. And one last time to our runners, thank you so much. Great runs from both of you, despite those mistakes. And yeah, we'll be seeing y'all in a few more hours. If you're wanting just SM64, we will be having our next race at 8, Yale versus. Don't go away. Content on GSA for you.
I must point out, I don't know what happened to your mic, Electric, but it's a lot muffled. It's very different.
Really, it's the same mic. That's interesting.
Yeah, it sounds very muffled. You sound like you're covering the mic with your hand or something, and there's a little bit of static. But just thought I might point. I'm sure people pointed it out, but hopefully you can get it fixed.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a look at it after this stream. Thanks for letting me know.
All right, boys. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And,
Cheese.
to all our viewers.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh,
Yeah, of course,
absolutely.
And good luck, Cheese, on the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, Dad.